Hello and welcome to Take This TV, the television book club podcast where each week we talk about an episode or two of our favorite shows with our friends in the fandom. That's you. Welcome. I'm Carmen and I'm joined as always by the amazing Kimberly Woods. Hello.
Hey, hot potatoes.
This season we are watching Dark Matter.
And today we are on episode 7.
If you haven't seen it yet, be sure to pause and go back and watch it because there will be spoilers.
Yes. So, this was another amazing trip. We got to see a fun little date between Amanda and our Jason in her perfect, empathetic world.
Oh my gosh.
And I love that moment so much. And Amanda just seemed like the perfect woman, totally understanding, buying him a suit, planning this romantic dinner. What did you think of that, Carmen?
It was so sweet. Also, like the like idyllic world that they were in, I was like, I kind of want to live there. And I thought that Amanda sort of, I'm glad that she had this happy ending because before she thought she was worldless after she met Blair, who told her that she was worldless. And I figured that she was going to say goodbye to Jason. Like, it felt like, oh, this is a sweet day, but it also kind of felt like a breakup dinner.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, man, it's so bittersweet.
Yeah. I'm glad we got this moment with her, too, because for a while it feels like she's been floating kind of secondary to Jason's needs and wants. So it was nice that this was her, like, going for what she wanted, which was, like, I want to be settled down. If you want to join me, I'd like you to, but if not, I understand. Good luck.
Yeah. I did love their goodbye kiss.
Yeah.
I thought that was really sweet.
It was really sweet.
Yeah.
And it was on top of the Obama building.
Yes, which was awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, that whole, like, world that they were in, it seemed like really similar to sort of a Perfect Future world, like where evil Jason took Ryan to. Normal Ryan? We haven't really come up with names for Ryan.
Yeah.
There's been like 4 different Ryans. So
yeah,
like,
our original Ryan.
Original Ryan. Yeah. So I wonder if he's there also with Amanda, but I don't know. We'll see.
I don't know. That one had like the Northern Lights sort of thing, right?
Oh, that's right. Well, because we saw, there was a shot of the world at night when Ryan got left there, and then there were the Northern Lights.
You know, I don't think so. Just because I'm going to say that our Amanda, like the empathy and the world that she would imagine would be different from evil Jason.
That's a good point. That's, yeah, because if it was like, if it's like based on whoever's in the box,
yeah,
then it definitely seems like she would come up with something that's way better.
Yeah.
Especially after how he was acting in this episode. He was just absolutely, like, being so rude and crazy to everybody.
Yeah. And also, like, going back for a second just to Amanda landing in this world, like, she seems to have mastered pretty much, like, driving the box after day 29, because it's, like, day 29 for them. And also, I love what she says, which I feel like is the theme of this show a little bit in a way, about, like, no world is ever going to be perfect. Like, we just have to make the most of, you know, whatever we have. And so then that rubs off on Jason when he's, like, trying to do his final attempt, only 1 vial left. And talking about how, like, he likes the imperfections of the life that he's writing about.
Yeah.
To try to get back to it.
He finally starts to emotionally connect and express what he really wants.
Yeah.
Which I feel like he could have gotten there in that moment where he was thinking about his son Max, who passed away, but, you know, it wasn't the right time, and so...
Also, I feel like it should be a whole full journal. like going through I know he was, like, talking about when he first met Daniela and what that felt like, but I feel like by the time you're done, like, to be certain, it should be, like, all of those core memories, like we were talking about, and also getting together, you know, on the anniversary of their son's death, and, you know, the way that feels. Like, it should be, like, multiple core memories. Like, pages and pages of
A journal. Their whole love
Feel it.
story written out. Yeah. I'm glad he finally made it back home. I mean, when they started to like tell us that they were running out of the capsules or the orbs or whatever, I was like, oh, they're gonna wait till I get to the last one. But I was at first like I was like, oh, is he not gonna make it home? But I'm glad that he did.
Yeah, I'm glad that he did too.
Yeah. What did you think about evil Jason sort of like snapping at Amanda in the therapist's office?
I was so happy that she stood up to him and was like, you leave right now.
Yeah.
But I kind of liked, like, for us as the audience, that we got a little bit more insight into Amanda from what he said, as horrible as it was. Because I was wondering, like, why would this, like, perfect, sweet woman that we just saw be with this evil Jason that we know? And I think he kind of lays it out for us that she's used to being a caretaker and helping people and wasn't leaving a bad situation that she was in with him. It was horrible. And finally, when we see her in the moment with the nice Jason, she's decided to, like, leave that bad situation for the first time.
That was really nice. And then she kind of, like, has this whole new life for herself with good credit. And
but she has 2 vials.
Will she use them? Do you think that we'll see her again because she has the 2 vials? So, I don't know. Maybe.
I don't know. They're definitely leaving that door open.
Season 2. Who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. But the ending that we get, too, is wild because we're getting the setup that's, like, A Wonderful Life. They have it, like, the movie in the background at the theater that he's, like, running through the streets and we're going to get the happy ending. He's finally made it home and he's going to maybe, go up the banister and it's going to fall, the little knob's going to fall off again. But no, we don't get that. We get this ambiguous, like, he sees evil Jason with his family and then he goes, let me turn this off. He goes to the gun store to, like, try to equip himself.
Yeah. Well, I mean, him going to the gun store to try to, like, figure out how he's going to fight evil Jason is so silly because I'm like, what in your mind, Jason, after catching the hands from Dawn, after catching that brutal whooping from Dawn, makes you think that you're going to be able to fight this guy off? So I kind of feel like he should have confronted evil Jason in front of the family.
And, like, also, this is the reality of that, too. Like, okay, you've spent, like, over a month, sleepless nights, try to get back to your loved ones. You see them through the window. Like, who would leave the vicinity? Like just hang around and wait till he's, like, upstairs or something.
I was expecting him to do that, yeah.
Why would you, like, that must be so hard after all that time to, like, physically leave the vicinity of somebody you finally found.
Yeah, after a month. Yeah, oh my gosh. Yeah, I wonder what's going to happen. Oh, and then, because there's the detective in this world.
Oh, it's Smiley Detective.
The Smiley Detective, as we call her. She's so good. And she was looking for Ryan. Evil Jason goes and grabs a random Ryan and brings him back and, like, cuts his hair and stuff and gets him super drunk, try to make it seem like he was on a bender. And he's trying to do that to essentially get the detective off of his trail. But I feel like it's not going to work.
Yeah, and then also we were wondering, like, is he actually gonna have that guy get caught, or is he gonna, like, kill him and make it look like a suicide? Because we get that scene too where, like, another Jason enters the gun shop and we're not sure if it's that evil Jason or yet a different Jason.
Yeah, well, because you were pointing out that he has the thing on his pinky.
Yeah.
And I don't remember good Jason getting hurt like that. And
yeah,
so,
I can't remember either. I feel like at some point in the season, one of our Jasons might have had that from throwing a punch. But that was earlier in the season. So it's like, is this another Jason going on a similar journey where he got split at a different decision point?
Yeah, and we were talking before we started recording, like, in the title sequence, we see, like, a bunch of different Jasons and other characters all trying to, like, fighting on the different blocks. So maybe there are, like, a bunch of Jasons converging on this world. Like, what's going to happen? So I'm interested to see if this is a third Jason or if there is just a confrontation between our two Jasons. I'm also interested to see if anyone finds out. Because, like, no matter what happens, how do you resolve all the damage that's been done? You know? So.
Yeah. And I mean, at this point, too, like, Daniela is estranged from evil Jason. Like, she says, like, I feel like we're strangers. So I'm hoping that if, like, our original Jason explained it, then it would completely make sense to her, because this guy seems like a different person to her anyway.
Yeah.
But we'll see how they resolve it all. We also got to see Max, which was interesting. And it was even more of a twist, because it's like, okay, Max and Charlie in this alternate world are both alive, but, like, Max is going through something because he had to have some sort of heart, like, transplant, where maybe a 10-year-old girl or something died and gave him her heart, and he feels guilt about that.
Yeah, he's has survivor's guilt about it. And it seems like that world's Jason and Max don't necessarily have a good relationship. And so it was interesting to see, like, our version of Jason, good Jason, like, trying to parent Max and reacting to seeing his son. And that was really sweet.
It was a sweet moment.
Yeah. I wonder, like, if people found out, since good Jason doesn't have any vials or anything left to actually use the box, would just, like, showing people the box and explaining it be enough? Or would they be like, nah, you're making this up or whatever, we're going to take you to jail or whatever? So,
oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I hope his family would believe him.
I hope so.
And that's what I'm hoping for in the next episode.
We'll see what happens. I love this show. I can't wait to see.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for joining us. We're at Take This TV on Instagram and TikTok. Leave us a review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. And remember, it's dangerous to watch TV alone.